Hello, I'm back here with another unscripted video, because again, that's all I can make nowadays, I guess. And here's an unscripted video that I don't think anyone cares about except me, but this video is going to be just me speculating about characters in Part 3 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and how they acquired their stands. We were told in Part 4 that Enya had a stand arrow, and we know from Part 6 that Dio had some stand arrows too. And it was, speculated, I believe, by Jotaro that must have been how Dio got so many stand users together, is that, we know that he found some that were stand users since birth, people that have had them for a long time, like Kakyoin. But we also are now pretty aware that Dio created stand users, and Enya created stand users. So, I just thought it would be cool to see if I could come up with reasonings for why characters were stand users since birth, why they are from the arrow, or if it was something like Part 4, like our man Tonio, where they were just like really, really good at what they did, and that's how they got their stand. So, completely subjective opinions coming forward, but maybe it'll be fun. So, oh jeez, I have to start with Alessi. So, I'm putting Alessi in stand user via arrow tier, because his stand, which makes people turn into kids so he can beat them up, doesn't sound like something that you would have from birth. Because a stand is like a reflection of yourself, and if you were like, I'm gonna beat up kids from the start, you're just beating up people that are your age. You wouldn't need to turn them into children to beat them up. The I can only beat people that are kids, that seems like something that he would develop later in life. And so I'm guessing that it's a result of being shot with the stand arrow. Next we have Anubis, which he was around for a very long time, like he was in the past. And, since Anubis is a really powerful stand, it's possible that he could have been shot with the arrow like way back in the day, before Enya got the arrow. But just because it's a powerful stand, I'm going to say that I think the original Anubis was a stand user since birth. I think it's someone, since, the stand ended up becoming so powerful that it could survive on its own. I think that says a lot about the person who had this stand, and that he was probably a user for a long time. Either that or he got it from being really good, but I'm going to put him up there. Who is this? I don't know who this is. I'm going to make another tier for I don't know who you are. Which is a really sad tier to have, but I don't know who you are. Sorry! Oh, is it Wheel of Fortune, maybe? I don't know, he's on a car. I can't tell. I don't know who that is. Okay, Abdul. Abdul, pretty confident that we can put him in stand user since birth tier. We had, he was approached by Dio because he had that power already. I don't think it's something that he was just randomly given. He's had it. That's what made him special. He's had this. Okay. Boingo. I think that Boingo is going to actually go in here. Stand user via familial connection, which is a section that I put after, in reference to Part 6, where when Poochie got his stand, Weather Report also got his stand. So I think that it's decently clear from that, and from, for example, all the Joestars getting their stand when Dio got his stand because of Jonathan's body and whatever. It seems to be that when one person gets a stand in the family, that the other people in the family are affected by it. So, where is Oingo? He's got to be in here somewhere. There he is. So I think Oingo was shot with the stand arrow, but I think as a result of Oingo being shot with the stand arrow, that Boingo also got the stand. Oingo, because, I don't know, he just doesn't seem good enough to be a stand user since birth. I really can't see Dio, seeking this guy out, hey, you have a stand that changes your face, that's pretty baller, you're gonna be in. No, I think it was more I'm gonna shoot you and see if you turn out to be good. But I think when he got his stand, then Boingo got his as well. I don't remember who this guy is, so I'm putting you in the I don't know who you are tier. Ooh, okay, so I think that Daniel Darby got his stand from being really good. So, his stand has nothing to do with like what he actually does necessarily, like what he's good at, but I think that as a reflection of, him getting super good at, gambling and then being able to steal people's souls, I think that that's something that the stand like manifested like when he got good at gambling. So it's I don't think that he got shot with an arrow because that would have had to have happened a long time ago because he has this huge collection, as does his little brother. But I think that it's fair that he got it from just being like extremely good at gambling. And I think that when he got it, then where is he? I think when he got it, then Little Darby also got it, but Little Darby ended up being way better at just life than Big Darby did. So that's why I think those people are there. This guy, is this the guy with the murder doll? I think that he got his stand from being good at what he did. I think that, he was just this murder man, and then he got so good at being murder man that, boom, here comes a stand. Let's see, is that Dio? Okay, well, his head is chopped off. Dio got his stand through the arrow. I think that's what they said. Good for Dio. Same with Enya. She got her stand through the arrow. And because of that, since they discovered the stand arrows and that's how they got their stand, I think that Jay Guile also became a stand user when Enya found the stand arrows. Either that or she shot him. I'm not exactly sure, but it's something like that. Like when I think she got hers, late enough in life that he would have been alive and kicking, and that's when he got it. This is the monkey. I think Dio shot the monkey. I think he shot the monkey. But I think that where's Pet Shop? But I think Pet Shop is a stand user since birth. I think Dio shot the monkey, but I think the hawk came and had a stand, and he was like, oh, let's do this. Hawk? Is he a hawk? I don't know. But I think Pet Shop was a stand user since birth. Tower of Grey got shot. He doesn't seem good enough to have it. Yellow Temperance is another one. He was out for the money. I think he just got shot. He was like, hey, I want some money. And Dio's like, cool. And then blasted him. Okay, I really want to put Whole Horse in the stand user since birth tier because I like the idea of Whole Horse having a Nerf gun when he's 3, but Whole Horse got shot with a stand arrow. He just showed up one day and then they're like, boom. Okay, Holly goes here in the familial connection, as does Jotaro. And Joseph, wherever I can't see where Joseph is because I'm blind, I guess. Oh, there he is. So we know that these three, that's canon, that when Dio got his stand, they got theirs too, so we're gonna drop them in there. Iggy, we'll put him in stand user since birth. I think that makes the most sense because, I mean, there's no way that tiny Iggy would have been able to get good to, be able to get a stand manifesting. There's no way. Who is this? Oh, that's Kenny G. Kenny G got shot with an arrow. Sorry, Kenny G. There's no way you were that good. Ooh, okay, Mariah. Mariah's stand is like, it's weird because like you have to touch it for it to do anything to you. And is that something that she would have had? I don't think so. I think she got shot. That just doesn't seem like something that you can get from being good. And I don't really see her as someone who's had it since birth. Same with, is that the girl who did the submarine episode, I think. We're just going to put her with the arrow. Nidul. Oh, it's either since birth or from being good. Where do I want to put him? I'm going to put him since birth. We'll say that he's been a stand user just since forever. And that's how he got really good at what he did, was from being a stand user. Oh, I don't know who this guy is. Sorry. Kakyoin was a stand user from birth. We know from his angsty backstory where he had no friends. Is that the guy who has the weird face? I am not 100% sure. I think it is. I think this is the guy who's like has the weird face. He's a stand user through Arrow. That's just such a weird stand that you just get a second face. Polnareff is a stand user since birth. We know that because we watched him turn into like a toddler and he still had Silver Chariot. So good on you, Polnareff, for being a stand user since birth. You're just Suzy Q's bodyguard. You're a child. You're Suzy Q. Okay. Is this Steely Dan? Steely Dan with the lovers. Nah, he got shot with the arrow. Sorry, there's no way you had that since birth. That's something you just were given. Same with this ship captain guy, like he just got shot. I think that Dio shot the baby. I definitely think that Dio is capable and did shoot this baby and the baby got a stand. I don't think the stand manifested with its birth. I think he got shot and then when he got shot is like, oh, this baby's a genius. There we go. Vanilla Ice. I really want to put Vanilla Ice in the stand user via arrow section, and here's why. I want to put him here because I just really enjoy the idea of Vanilla Ice showing up at Dio's manor, Dio being like, bro, why are you here? Vanilla Ice being like, bro, I love you, bro. And Dio being like, I'm gonna shoot you with an arrow, you're my right-hand man. Also, I think that Vanilla Ice would let Dio shoot him with an arrow. I mean, like, he did, like, chop off his head because Dio said so. So I think that Vanilla Ice just got that baller stand just from getting shot. I don't think he's had it since birth. I don't remember who this guy is. I have no idea. I don't know who you are. And is this the rock guy? 2 rocks is the funniest thing. We're putting you in the stand user via arrow. So this is my subjective list of people that I guess stand users and where they got their stands. So I think that only a few people were like sought out by Dio as like having stands. Like we know that, you know, Dio found Avdol and Avdol ran away. We know that Dio found Kakuin and Polnareff and they shot them with the flesh buds. But I only think a few of these. Like, I think Dio found Nadul. I think that sounds pretty legit, and that Nadul already had his stand at that point. I think that makes sense that Pet Shop would have had the stand as well. And I think maybe after Dio found Pet Shop, then he shot the monkey and gave the monkey the stand. But, yeah, and I think not Alessi, that's this guy. Who is this? Anubis? I think Anubis's original stand user was probably a stand user since birth. But other than that, I think most of the people got blasted with the stand arrow. But I definitely will stand by Daniel Darby getting the stand because he's really good. Yeah. So that's my speculations. I probably like got something completely wrong, like according to canon, and I just had no idea because I forgot like who most of these stand users are. I guess I can try to remember. Like, is that Empress maybe? Like, one of these guys is Wheel of Fortune. Maybe it's that guy. Maybe it's this guy. One of these is Empress. But I don't know. None of them had their stands since forever. They all got shot with the arrow. Most everyone got shot with the arrow, but no, I do stand. I think if that guy is the guy with the doll, I think he got it from being good. And I think Darby got his from being just good. And yeah, so those are my speculations. So you could go prove me wrong, I guess, in the comments. Maybe I'll make more JoJo videos in the future. Who knows? Not me.